Welcome learners, this is teacher Susan from Flying Kite School and I'm a grade 2 class teacher for science, and our topic for today is properties of a liquid. Now before we start today's topic, I'd love to ask you some questions concerning the topic we had last week. We are looking at the states of matter. Can you try to remember anything that you learned last week about the properties of a liquid, or types of a liquid, examples of a liquid, examples of a solid, and examples of gases? 2 examples of gases. Okay, thank you. 2 examples of liquids. Excellent job. So now, today, let's go to our topic for today, for this week, which is properties of a liquid. Now, looking at the examples of liquids that you've given me, would you try and give me any properties of a liquid that you know? Well, properties are factors that make a liquid different from other materials, which is solid and gases. So would you try to come up with any factors or properties of liquids that you think you might know? Alright, I love that try. So our first property of a liquid we'll start with. A liquid can pour. For example, I'm having water here. I can easily pour it. Water is an example of a liquid. You can pour it. So I have the water in this container and have poured it in this lunchbox. So this is a first property of a liquid. It can pour and it can move freely. For example, I want to take this water back to the container. It's moving freely. You see? Like that. This is one property of a liquid. Then to our next point, a liquid can take up the shape of the container. I'm sure you are able to see. If I get this water from this long bottle, the water has taken up the shape of this container. And if I want to pour this water in this lunchbox, the water is going to take up the shape of this lunchbox. So we can understand that water takes a shape of a container or any other liquid. For example, milk, liquid is a liquid. Cooking oil is a liquid. Juice is a liquid. It takes up the shape of a container. For example, you can imagine that this is juice. You put it in a cup. It is going to take the shape of that cup. So we can understand that a liquid takes up a shape of a container or a cup or a pot. That is one characteristic or property of a liquid. Then, to our next point, we can see that a liquid can flow freely. We were able to prove that because if I want to take this water from this lunchbox back to the container, it flows freely. And that's done. So this is another property of a liquid. It flows freely. It takes up the shape of a container, and it can pour. Then, our last property of a liquid for this week is that it can be seen. For example, milk. I'm sure you're able to see milk. Milk has the color of white. It's white in color. And then water, as they say, water is colorless, but you can still see it. And then another example, juice. I'm sure you love mango juice, grenadilla juice. That has got a color, which is a liquid. Another example of a liquid that we have is cooking oil. I'm sure you're able to tell that this is cooking oil, this is water, and this is milk by its color. Another example of a liquid that you know, tea is an example of a liquid, coffee is an example of a liquid. So our learners, this is what we're ending for today. So I would love to see your work through the task that I have sent you to see whether you understand all the properties of a liquid or not. Thank you so much, and I'd love to see your work. See you next time.